April 2020. The COVID pandemic is in full swing. Two girlfriends decide to spend the quarantine in a house by a beautiful lake. Soon after, it becomes clear they're not alone there. One of the girls starts getting cryptic text messages from an unknown number. Thinking it to be a joke, the two friends pay no attention to the messages. Little do they know that the very same night, the mysterious stalker will come to the house. And he will be armed. The proverb saying that you can't teach an old dog new tricks fully applies to an American screenwriter, Kevin Williamson. In the 1990s, with his scripts for Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer, he almost single-handedly transformed the entire slasher genre. Then, with his horror sci-fi, The Faculty, the screenwriter demonstrated that his approach worked for any genre. But then, the system fell flat. Williamson's directorial debut, a teen dark comedy thriller, Killing Mrs. Tingle, was a flop. A few years later, Williamson wrote Cursed. But even the horror maestro Wes Craven as director could not save the movie from failure. Williamson spent the last 15 years trying to write a hit TV show. His only success, though, was Vampire Diaries, that ran for a whopping 8 seasons. Sick is Williamson's first feature film in a long time. But ironically, it reminds you too much of the good old Scream. The two films even have the same structure. Before the main story begins, we see a prologue with a sideline murder, just like in Scream. Also, just before Sick reaches its climax, there comes a plot twist that, while not turning things upside down, still makes you rethink everything you've seen on the screen. It's hard to do without spoilers, so let's just say the film is set in the COVID era for a reason. Hysteria around the virus makes a significant part of the narrative, from the necessity to wear masks even in the most extreme situations, to the killer's motive. This is both the strength and the weakness of the movie. Today, in early 2023, you can't make yourself feel as strongly about the pandemics as you used to. The more time will pass, the farther away those events will seem to us. Kudos to Williamson for making a snapshot of that era, but by doing so, he cast a curse on his own movie. Sick will lose its relevance very soon. A decade from now, people will have trouble channeling the emotions that the movie is trying to evoke. From a technical point of view, Sick is a conventional slasher, packed with Williamson's trademark writing techniques, such as plot twists and brutal killings preceded by long and exhausting fights. Each victim puts up such a feisty fight for their life, that you can't help but feel sorry for them, regardless of whether or not you actually like this character. By the way, the movie is walking on a thin ice here. The thing is, the lead character, played by Gideon Adlon, the daughter of the comedy actress Pamela Adlon, is a rather unpleasant young woman. And it looks like the filmmakers decided to make an experiment and see whether she will be able to coax empathy out of the viewer, only because her life is hanging by a thread.